the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
One thing for us to keep in mind and remember, they're coming off of their open week last week. They got to sit home and relax a little bit before the final stretch of the season. They got the lucky draw because every team in the league wants to have that open week later in the year rather than early. They benefited.
Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, Eason flush to his right. Open man here is Scott, complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. A look there at how the Raiders will start defensively. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
On second down now. Hurd. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On 3rd down, Eason escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB. He's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go, here we go. 53 is the mic. 53, check 53. We own it.
He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Steps away to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Sliding out of the pocket. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10.
It's good. 90, Wolf. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. An extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Set 30 base. 54 Mike. Come on. Go.
Throwing on 1st down. Eason eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
7-7, our score after 1.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. From the gun, Eason flushed out right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Eason, flush to his right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. From the gun, Eason escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Eason. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Don't forget, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we've got the Pats and the Texans from NRG Stadium in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be really cold up in Seattle as we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field at 8:15 Eastern. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
Here we go. Here we go.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind.
It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
No problem there on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On second down, it's Allen. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
A gain of 11 on the play. And
Here's Allen. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Let's go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go. 15, Ronnie. 15, Ronnie.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And from down in Miami, an update. It's now a 2-touchdown lead there for the Dolphins. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast, game second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On first down, Eason dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 21. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready? 57, 61, matchbox light. Ready?
Second and 13. Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
You see me?
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
To throw on second down. Eason flush to his right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Eason escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 17. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Here we go. Go.
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Allen's got it complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Got an open man. It's Scott. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. They'll run on first down. Hurd. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point safely through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So out come the Raiders. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
On first down. It's Allen, and he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Second and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll run with Allen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. So the Chiefs now down 28-21, and time a huge factor. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. That one good for 26 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Recon, 132-5, let's go.
They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. For Marshall, that's complete. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Boy, sort of an interesting approach. I thought definitely they were going to go for 2, just line up to get that 3-point cushion. Instead, they go the fake route, the fake PAT, but it worked.
I can't believe they actually fell for it because when they scored to go up 1, you had to think to yourself, they want to get it to a 3-point margin, right, to make sure a field goal doesn't beat them. Instead, you're standing around. I would go ahead and say, kick it. Go up by 2. We'll be fine with that and guard against the fake. The fake got him. What a shocker.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Kansas City, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.